Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. We do a special one today, because I was a bit late analyzing everything, studying a bit Bologna, and then I was thinking to myself, should I record? The time that I record, that I edit, that I upload, the game is there. Because we go with a watch-along, a pre-game, and then we go also with a watch-along during the game and also a post-game. So I said, you know what, let's stay together. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, really short live, also depending how many people we are, because it's unusual. But it could be that in the future I'm doing more and more of these kinds of surprising live. So, ciao a tutti, ciao to the people that are already here in the chat. Like, we have our friend LGJ saying, Beppe, the coffee is ready. Of course, this is why we have that music. By the way, tell me, did you hear today the countdown music, the relax music, yes or no? Did you hear? Because last time you said that you didn't hear the music that I prepared. It was a special one, so at least if you hear the countdown coffee music, Jawat is saying, yes, we heard it. Bravo. Today, good. Ciao Saraz, ciao Muhammad, Shembesh, they sing Forza Juve and Forza GJustjuve. Ciao Juventini of the world, from Joy Z, ciao Da. Herresper, ciao Grande Vasilis, ciao Don Simon. Let's see who else is there today in the chat. Bogdan as well, Vasilakos, ciao Beppe, ciao Ninib, Grande Ninib, ciao Bogdan again, ciao Daniel with the Italian flags today, 24/7, just, yeah, today we go with lives 1, lives 2, lives 3, lives 4, live 5, okay, ciao Grande, let me comment immediately or to reply immediately to that one. Ciao Beppe, I am in Turin right now. What a beautiful day for Vasilis. I am in Turin right now, going to the stadium to watch our beloved Juve in time of need. Look, that's what we need to do. Vasilis, is it the first time that you go to the stadium? Or not? Doesn't look like, and it looks like you already been there. But of course, the game is starting at 6 p.m. today. So yeah, the doors are opening at 4 p.m. I always love to be really early in the stadium to start feeling the atmosphere, how it is there, etc., etc. We have already the starting lineups. We have a few things. Guys, today is an important one. Today is a really important one. I will tell you why in a second, because even if I didn't do the video, of course, I prepared everything. Everything is already prepared with the kind of structure that I want to go through with the latest of Juventus Bologna. That is not only the important game for Thiago Motta that is playing against his ex-team. It's not only the ex-team of Andrea Cambiaso, but it's also the ex-team, of course, of the other side, from Ealing Jr. I see already a lot of predictions from people. Ciao Juve, just Chris, that is saying Beppe, just Chris, that is saying Forza Juve. We need a win today. Andiamo. Vasilis answered, the first time Juventus fan since day one. I am 32, emotional day for me. Mamma mia. The first time to the Juve stadium. So don't miss any single second, any single minute of it. Guys, can we do a beautiful in bocca al lupo, a beautiful good luck for Vasilis that is going for his very first time to the Allianz Stadium. Tell me, yes or no, did you already visited the Allianz Stadium? Or the Stadio delle Alpi in the back? Yes or no? I'm curious to see from the people that are here, we are with a bit more than 100, how many of you already went to the stadium, yes or no? I'm curious about that. You know that I don't ask a lot about that. Forza Azic, we'll speak about Azic in a second. Saras said not yet. Great emotions and memories. So LGG already went there. DV9 already went there. Gigi Buffon as well. Bravo. If DV9 and Gigi Buffon never went to the stadium, that would have been a problem. Samir, Allianz, yes. 3 times for Ninib. Yeah, if you want to put also how many times you can. Forza Juve Eric is saying not yet. Not yet for Henry, nope for Anton, multiple times. Yes for Brian, Loca, not yet Beppe, I am broke. We are in the same situation, Loca. I am also broke. Yes, only for a tour, though. Amazing experience. In the summer, a lot of people went there for the summer for vacation, and then, of course, there is no game, but they enjoy to do the tour. For example, the first time that my son was there, he visited the stadium without the game, and then he went to a few games in the meanwhile, but indeed, indeed, a lot of people are going and they see the stadium that is already beautiful. Of course, there is a difference between just the museum, just the tour, or also the game, because you have an atmosphere that is totally different. Went to Pjanic's box, beautiful, beautiful. Bravo, bravo. You received a lot of luck. Now it's your turn to bring us luck, because you will be there supporting for the guys from a really close distance. I hope you chose also a beautiful spot. I can already tell you that whatever spot you chose in the stadium, you have a beautiful view. I think there are maybe like 3-4 seats in the entire stadium where the view is a bit more difficult, but I'm really speaking about 3-4 seats. The rest is really, really nice. You have a really beautiful overview. Do you know something about the lineup? Yes, we know. Yes, we know. Okay, first of all, let me start telling you, because I don't want to make it a really long one, because at 5:30 we are back here on the channel. So I didn't want to make it a really long one. Just telling you why it's an important game. You know that yesterday, after Inter Parma and after Atalanta Milan, Inter, I show you immediately. Wait, let me open it up. Bravo Beppino. We see Kenan Yildiz. Kenan Yildiz is already there. Up. Let me go. To the result, 3-1 from Inter to Parma. Against Parma, already 3-0 in the first half. And then 2-1 of Atalanta. That, they were looking for that third one instead of Milan looking for the equalizer after conceding it. You know that after looking at it, and looking also, of course, by consequence on the ranking, even if there are some teams that have one more game like Atalanta, Napoli needs to play. What I can tell you, Inter needs also to recuperate, so they can potentially also be at 34. That we really need to pay attention, because more than speaking about Scudetto, that is extremely early in the season, more than speaking about that, you know that, and tell me if I'm wrong or not, guys, but you know that I'm thinking that if there are 4 spots, then you need to qualify for the 5th spot. But if there are 4 spots of qualification for the next Champions League, you know that at the moment there is only 1 spot available. Then it depends who and whatever will win the Scudetto. But looking at it, looks like at the moment we are speaking about Atalanta, Napoli, and Inter nearly securing a 4th spot. Nearly securing a 4th spot, which means, by consequence, there is just 1 spot left. It will be a fight between Fiorentina, Lazio, Juve, and Milan is already... people are saying goodbye Scudetto. They have 1 game to recuperate. It will be tough, not only because of the gap, because let's say they win their game in hand, they have 25, so it's 9 points of Napoli. Everything can happen. When you have still 20 games to play, everything can happen. But you know what is the problem? No, if Napoli wins, it's 10 points from Napoli. You know what's the real problem there is that you have a lot of teams in front. So it's indeed it's really, really, really tough. So I really think that today, a game like today, for example, if we don't want to be in the same situation as Milan, it's a must-win game. That's what I said again, also against Lecce. That's what I said also against Cagliari. That's what I said against all the games that we lost, because every game is a must-win. But looking at the evolution of the ranking, with Atalanta that is never losing, Napoli is never losing, they are always winning 1-0. Inter is never losing. By the way, Inter is in a moment where they close the games at the 45th minute. Against Verona, they were winning 5-0 at 45th. Yesterday they were winning 3-0 at the 45th minute, and then they managed. Yesterday I was watching at the players that they kept out of the field in second half. It was the big ones, Canaloglu, Bissek, Di Marco, I think Thuram as well went out. I don't remember who was the 5th one, but 5 big players. Because they have that ability, that skill to close the game immediately. And that's a skill that Juventus, we don't even have it in the second half to close the game as we should do it, because a lot of time we drew. So that's a skill that I am at the moment this season a bit envious for Inter. And then what I'm envious about Atalanta when I see them is that physicality. Yeah? And it's not only this season. I don't know what they do. I don't know how they train. But whatever player that is going in Atalanta, instead of being injured, like us, because whatever player is coming to us is injured, while the players that they are going, they run. They are beast physically. Yesterday I saw Milan drawing with Morata, and then you think, okay, good. At the 60th minute, they play for the draw. Milan stopped playing. They played for the draw. They do ridiculous changes. They stop playing. And that's not okay. And that's not okay because you know that you are behind in the ranking. So really, really, really strange from the strategy of Fonseca and Milan. Yeah, of course, they complain about the goal that was not correct or whatever from Lukman or Charles de Ketelaere, who cares. But no, because after the 2-1, you see an Atalanta that is pushing power. Anyway, that's why we need to win today. So I don't care about the history of Bologna, Thiago Motta, whatever. I don't care about these stories. I don't want to take revenge against the ex-club of Bologna, of Thiago Motta. I want just to win today because of that story. I don't know if you agree with me or not, guy, in that intro of today. Kamis Al-Jamal, 26 months. Grazie. Motta, tactically one-dimensional, Juve predictable. I would add something, Kamis, in this moment. If you tell me, Kamis, in this moment, I 100% agree with you. If you tell me Motta is a one-dimensional coach, then I tell you no, because this is not what he was in the past. This is not how he was in the beginning of the season with his players at disposal. No, Motta is not a tactical, one-dimensional coach. Now, yes. Is it because of a loss of trust in some position? Is it because of the huge big injury of Bremer? Is it because of the quantity of injuries? Is it because of fatigue of some players that he needs, that he can't rotate? Could be. I don't have the answer today. It's true that in the last games, that one-dimensional is correct. But to make it a general discussion, I would not agree yet. Then, at the end of the season, if we continue like we are doing today, probably you would be right in the season of Juve. Vasilakos is saying what is obvious, Juve changed much after Bremer. Yeah. 100%. That's true. Agree, Beppe, enough draws, we need to get out of this. That would be nice, huh? That would be nice and fundamental today. I tell you, if today we don't win, which can happen, the ranking is guys. Saying over is a huge big word because we are only at the 15th match day. That would be extremely sad. Mathematically, there is everything that can happen. But if we speak about Milan, that is throwing away their chances, that's what we are speaking about Juve as well. Then I think that you cannot speak anymore about the high position of the top 4. You need to speak about the low position of the top 4. And that changed the way, the perspective that you have from the season. It changed a lot. Absolutely, yes. Luciano Moggi said, you need a long time for the project with Motta and injuries. It doesn't help, of course. Not an excuse. We don't want to speak about excuses, but it's true. Ciao, Beppe. You will live stream. Oh, yeah. The only time that I'm not doing the live streams or the watch along is when I'm away from home. It's because or I am at the stadium or a special event. But otherwise, we are here. We are here. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to say before starting speaking about the rest is this, guys. Oh, we did it. I wanted to make a beautiful appeal. I wanted to ask to subscribe to reach 34,800. You already did without me asking. Okay, so we don't stop. We continue. We want to go there. Up. Because we have how much now? 23 days for 200 more subscribers to the channel. So if we could do that, that would be really, really, really beautiful. And I totally agree with Forza Juve Eric that is saying this channel deserves way much more. Now, let's not congratulate, let's not celebrate 34,800 because that's miles away from where we want to be. The other thing that I wanted to speak about is the squad list of Juventus, of course. So let me go to the squad list of Juve that already has been revealed. So it looks like we are with a lot of players at disposal, which, if you are speaking about numbers, is totally correct. Then of course that when you're looking in details, you see that we are still missing a lot of our players. Look, Perin, Pinsoglio, Di Gregorio, luckily we have luxury problem here, and we will speak about a possible surprise into the goal. The defense, we have Gatti, Danilo, Kalulu, Cambiaso, Savona. This is a beautiful surprise that has been called up back because until yesterday morning nobody was thinking that it would be possible. So luckily, Juventus was right when they said there is no lesion, there is no really huge injury, precocious, let him stay at home for 2 games, but he's there. And then we have Rui, Pagnucco and Rizzo. About Pagnucco, we already spoke about it. I already told you everything that I knew about Pagnucco last week. Oh no, this week, by the way. This week? No, it was last week. Last week when we played against Lecce. Pagnucco, that is a left back that can also play a bit more offensively. Young player. And then we have the youngest one from all the one that has been called up. 17 years. Rizzo. Nicolo Rizzo, another Nicolo. In these years, 17, 18 until I believe 2022, these are the moments where Nicolo was the name. Before that, it was Luca, that was really trendy in Italy, then it was Nicolo. Well, another Nicolo, after Nicolo Fagioli, after Nicolo Savona, we have also Nicolo Rizzo that will be there. 17 years, super young player. Player that actually has been promoted like last week, from the under 17 to the under 20 to the Primavera. He played 1 game with the Primavera. So will he play today would be a miracle, or actually would be a disaster, because that means that we have really a problem in defense. I don't expect him to start today, but it's nice to have him. Then you will tell me, Beppe, why not? Why not having Gilpucce, that we spoke about and we didn't see starting, and then we are not calling him up anymore? Why not continuing with Montero? And that's super easy. You know that Stivanello and Pedro Felipe are the 2 center backs from the Juventus next gen, both of them over. Stivanello a few months ago, the last few weeks, Pedro Felipe, season over. So we have actually the same problem, Next gen and first team, we have exactly the same problem, and actually telling you, Juventus women with Cascarino also, so 1. And you have no center backs, and that's why Gilpucce is now the center back of the next gen that really need him, and that's why he has not been called up. Pay attention to Montero, that could potentially, surprisingly, also be called up and do that promotion to the next gen team. Waiting. That's why we have a young player like Rizzo. Locatelli, Koopman, Thuram, Fagioli, no surprise there. No McKennie, no Douglas Luiz at the moment. Owusu, second call-up for him. And then we have the forwards that are Conceição, Vlahovic, Yildiz. The comeback of Adzic, Weah will be there as well. Pugno and Mbangula. Diego Pugno, that made his official debut. He was extremely happy about it. 18 years old, he's back there on the field. So we'll come back on the lineups in a second. Let me first say thank you to Sam Mikalev, that is saying we need a win. Die. Sam Mikalev, 28 months with us. Thank you. With a picture of Thiago Motta in his profile pictures, and he's not changing it, which means that he believes. And Mikey Mazzarese, that is saying, with a beautiful donation, thank you, Mikey. All I ask for today game is another. All I ask for today's game, other than a win, is, because he wants a win, that's the priority, that's the fundamental, is to see us play with more urgency, more up and down the pitch, and not side to side backwards. Look, it's a really beautiful request. I think that every single Juventino on earth is asking for the same thing as you are asking, and that would be my request as well. I am not sure how realistic it is, honestly, because we are recuperating Dusan Vlahovic, which is great, and he will probably start if we are looking at the predicted lineups, but I don't think that he has 90 minutes in his legs. We are recuperating Adzic, but how long is it since Adzic didn't play? You will see, and it will be more clear with you, the lineups and the players that will be on the bench to start the game. I think that Thiago Motta is also thinking about Manchester City today. I'm a bit scared about that. Not that he wants to not play today or that he is happy with the draw. That's not what I'm saying. But that is also having Manchester City in his mind. That we are playing in a few days, I believe on Wednesday in our home. So luckily we are avoiding travels. But he knows that the players are exhausted. And I'm not sure if he will ask that super high intensity during the entire game. I don't think that's what Thiago Motta will do today. I don't think about it. because that would be crazy to spend all your energies without recuperating any other players. Maybe we will recuperate McKennie, that's the only one. Douglas Luiz and Nico Gonzalez, they are speaking about Venezia, so not even for the game here. So I think that we will really try to win. I think that we will play on the weaknesses of Bologna, that is playing the same way as Fiorentina, but I don't think that we will play with high urgency, with high velocity, with high intensity. I don't think so. I think that we will see a lot of ball possession, a lot of side and backward passes to try to play on the weakness of Bologna. I don't think that Owusu will play today, depending, of course, on the score. Bologna fans are extremely angry. Bologna fans are extremely angry. But yeah, anyway, whatever team is always angry against when they are playing against Juve. That you're speaking about Fiorentina, about Bologna, about whatever team, they are always angry. When they play against Juve, they are always angry. Portale bianconero, ciao Beppe, numero uno. No, il numero uno sei te, eh. Quelli che parlano italiano andate a seguire Portale Bianconero è il suo canale, ma lo trovate anche su Instagram, anche su YouTube, perché fa le live reaction in famiglia, con papà, con il fratello. E dopo parla di calcio ogni giorno, dunque andate a seguirlo. If you want to support another Juventus creator, go and support Portale Bianconero into the chat. Thank you, Mikey. I have prepared a bit of tactical analysis, but first of all, I want to read that beautiful message of Alex. Go fund me for Beppe to travel for the World Cup in the summer. Attenzione. I didn't read the second part, but that would be beautiful. Nobody contacted me yet. Not Juve, not OneFootball, not nobody. Nobody contacted me yet to say, Beppe, prepare yourselves because you will be there in USA. It's a competition, that I love. I was dreaming about since I was a kid. Later, if we have some time, I will go through it again because we have the calendar. We know in what city we will play. We know the days. We know the timing. Mamma mia. A rich sponsor that is saying, Beppe, we sent you there, you cover it for your channel. Usually I'm always saying no, don't fund me, don't do things. I would even say yes. I would even say yes. And then there is our friend Roberto Pilato. Thank you for a donation. Dankjewel, mijn vriend. Naar mijn mening is Kenan geen vleugelspeler. Roberto, I will answer you in English if you want. Then if you want me to answer you in Dutch, you tell me. But let's start with English so that everyone is able to understand. And if you want more specification in Dutch, you tell me. So Robert is actually Roberto, not Robert. Roberto is saying, Beppe, in my opinion, Kenan is not a winger. Look, it's a bit a strange one to tackle. I would love to have him more to the goal, and I think that everyone would love to see him more closer to the goal. Kenan Yildiz, where he can be more dangerous. We saw him last year playing a lot in that 3-5-2, starting from the left, but not as wide as now. The big, huge difference is that this year he's playing up and down. He's spending a lot of energy and he's giving some stability to the team. When he's playing there, he's doing that role where Conceição is the one that has more tactical tasks to play up front and to less come back also because of physicality. And then you have a Kenan that is playing a bit more cautious, spending a bit more energy in helping. We have some problems on the left. The problem is that we have, when Cambiaso is playing there, we know that Cambiaso, he has the right to go up, to decide when he can go a bit more central, to leave his position. So you need someone to pay attention to that position. And actually, when you are looking at Kenan, his job there on the left, he's doing exactly the job that is needed. We are never really in danger on that side. When he's playing there, when he's paying attention. So can you blame Kenan to not do the job? No, he's doing the job perfectly. If you're looking at all the stats, Kenan is actually one of the best ones in everything. In all the stats, in that role, is one of the best ones. So you cannot complain and saying Kenan is not playing well. No, Kenan is playing fantastically well on that side. The problem is that because of the roles that he has there, because of a Cambiaso that is going up, because of then you're sacrificing a bit Kenan. So I think that Kenan is a beautiful vleugelspeler, winger. But I think that unfortunately, especially because we didn't find a formula up front, we are wasting him. That's the thing. And then I agree with you, my friend Roberto. Roberto, tell me if you want me to translate or not. Laat me weten als ik het moet vertalen of als je alles begrepen hebt. Want als je alles begrepen hebt, dan kunnen we verder naar the next one. So I said also to Roberto, let me know if you want me to translate or if we can continue. We have the predicted lineups, amici miei, my friends. We have the predicted lineups. I will show you here with that graphic. And then I show you also the tactical pad. Because I prepared a lot of tactics. So let me make it beautiful. You know that I go crazy when it's not beautifully matching. This is the predicted lineup from the GOAT of the lineups, Giovanni Albanese. Giovanni Albanese, that, guys, it is what it is. Giovanni Albanese, when he's putting a predicted lineup out, he is finding the predicted lineup. We have Di Gregorio into the goal. Danilo, Gatti, Kalulu, Cambiaso, so no changes in defense. Yes, it's true, Savona is back, but he's not ready to play, or he will not be played, he will be spared, he will be saved also for a game of City. Locatelli, Fagioli, and that's the first huge big surprise. Locatelli, Fagioli in the middle. Conceição, Koopmeiners, Wea, that's another surprise. Kenan is on the bench and Dusan Vlahovic on top. The other surprise could be that Perin will start instead of Di Gregorio. So yesterday, the latest one, really late in the night, came from a possibility of having Perin that would play his second game in a row in the goal. So it's not a punishment for Di Gregorio, probably Di Gregorio playing against Manchester City in Champions League. So we know it. We have two goalkeepers with one that started as the number one, where Perin convincing game by game by game by game by game, another performance, and actually starting to win also a first starting position more and more. So I would not even be surprised if at the end they are playing 50-50 of the games. So let's see. Bob, geen vloek, Vlaams. En wat did hij zeggen, Roberto? Ik snap het, Beppe. Ik wou je laten weten dat ik ook Nederlands ben. En kan, natuurlijk. Nee, dan kun je natuurlijk Nederlands schrijven en ik zal in het Engels antwoorden. So, what are the surprises there? Perin, possibly. Is it really a surprise? Yeah, because we are not really used to having that rotation in the goal. On the other side, is it really a surprise if we are looking at the performance? No. Then we see Fagioli instead of Thuram. So what is the first explanation? We have two explanations. The first one is that Fagioli is not 100% out of project. If you are looking what has been said during the week, but Fagioli was already in another team. Would not have seen the field anymore from the start until January. So at least we have a Fagioli that convinced also Thiago Motta during the week, because we know that Thiago Motta always go with who deserves, who can play, who cannot play. With Fagioli, the big question is, will we continue to play a 4-2-4 or will we go and level towards a 4-1-4-1? 4-1-4-1 that is never working with Thuram. A 4-1-4-1 that could possibly work with a Fagioli, a bit more advanced on the line to support also Koopmeiners, and then Aware is there to actually rest Kenan Yildiz. So these are, what is the biggest surprise before going to what we need to pay attention tactically to Bologna, because I prepared a lot of slides for that. What is the shocking surprise? Is it correct or not to start with that lineup? Let me know. Let me see. It's your time. If Perin is playing 50%, then that money on Di Gregorio may have been better spent elsewhere. Joey, it's a good one. It's a good one, what you are saying. On the other side, I don't 100% agree with you. For what reason? Because you were obliged to anticipate the next goalkeeper. One, then you spent 20 million. You didn't spend 100 million. You didn't spend 40 million, 50 million. You spent 20 million. What is the correct price for an Italian goalkeeper that can stay with Juve for years and years and years? If you didn't sign him now, you would have had that huge big salary impact from Szczesny. Huge Szczesny impact on salary. And you would probably have lost Di Gregorio that would have gone to another team. Now you will have the future goalkeeper at Juve that is already there, that already played, let's say, 50% of the game, that will grow towards a starting position, and you anticipated everyone. You remember? Vicario, gone, Donnarumma, way too expensive, Meret is not really giving a lot of confidence, Carnesecchi has a value that is extremely high that then you will need to invest a lot, and paying Atalanta, you know that Atalanta are a pain in the ass when you're speaking about Mercato, so I really believe that they did well. They did well. Then, of course, if you're speaking about immediately cashing in for this season, maybe you're right, but I think it's a good move that we did. Will we see Adzic? I believe yes. I believe yes. Today, Tuttosport was speaking about it as, again, Adzic is dreaming. He wants to. He wants to play. He cannot wait to show his skills, to show his talent. I'm expecting Adzic that is entering in second half and trying to make the difference. Today on Instagram, I went crazy with an assist of Yildiz, a goal of Adzic. Let's see. Are you ready, guys? Oh, wait, I asked you who was the surprising here. Once Dusan is tired, we are up and Yildiz left wing. Could be. Or maybe Yildiz up front. Or maybe Adzic could possibly be a surprise. But alternating. Or maybe Weah to the right with Conceição on the bench and Yildiz on the left. Could also be, Yildiz is going to score for Francesco. Weah on the left is a surprise to me. But yeah, yes and no. A prediction I never say until the beginning of the game, 30 minutes before the game. So if you want my prediction, you need to come back at 5:30 when we will do the pregame. Dusan breaks with a 3-0, Jawad. Do you think today will be a difficult one? Yes, I tell you, yes. Then, we need to be strong in one thing. Hopefully he studied Thiago Motta. Well, when I'm saying hopefully, I'm sure that he studied. Let's go to the tactical pad. Okay. Maybe you want to know about the lineup of Bologna. Bologna is playing with Skorupski into the goal, De Silvestri, Bökema, Lukomi, Miranda, Freuler, Pobega, Ndoye, Odgaard, Carson, and Castro. Orsolini injured, but anyway, whoever is playing, they play the same way. These are the 11 for Bologna. If we are going towards our starting 11, I already showed you, but maybe bigger now. Perini to the goal, Danilo, Gatti, Kalulu, Cambiaso, Locatelli, Fagioli. Even if I believe we will more see something like this today. Conceição, Koopman, Fagioli, Weah, and then Dusan Vlahovic up front. So this is for Juve, but what I wanted to show you are the tactics that I prepared today. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. So, without names on the players. But tell me if you are ready or not. Tell me if you are ready. Are you ready for the tactics, yes or no? Let me see. We have, at the moment, 95 likes. So we didn't even cross the 100 likes, which is absolutely not enough. So can we please cross the 100 likes? Numero uno. Due. To the sky. Over the moon. With the subscriptions. Guys, it is what it is, huh? It is what it is. Subscriptions, likes on the videos, and we have now we crossed the 100 likes. So now that we did it, we can go towards what we wanted to do, the tactics. So you see, actually, what I prepared. So thank you also to the channel of Giovanni Albanese, because they have a tactical guide there. So it's not that I invented. Honestly, I was a bit, I will tell you the truth. I took a shortcut today. So today I actually went really fast in doing a copy of one-on-one. But, ragazzi, I didn't have time to study really Bologna, but it's actually reminding me a lot about how Fiorentina was playing. So what they do a lot of time, Bologna, is you will see this. They will go with their two center backs here to give support to the goalkeeper, and actually the two here, the two midfielders that go and actually narrow down that midfield. Okay, so that's the first move that Bologna is doing when they build from the back. Vasilakos is saying, Beppe, I'm positive you will reach 35 before 2025. And we are obliged to. Otherwise, I will consider it a big failure, a huge big failure, if we don't reach at least that. So that's the first move that they are doing. Important. Why? For the rest. Because you will see the second move is up. They go with their right back up, the number 4 that goes up, and the left back that goes up. You see here, when they are building, the two are creating space next to the goalkeeper. The two midfielders, when we were saying the team earlier, it was, who was it that we said? Let me check here. Wait, because I forgot. Here, Pobega and Freuler. Pobega and Freuler that will give some narrow down here, and then you see all the players that will go up. Fundamental will be here. The movement of the number 10, you see? The movement of the number 10 that will always try to find this position. So the number 10 will drop down to create actually a three-man midfield to give more solutions when the number 2 has the ball or the number 3 has the ball. So it's true that the right back and the left back, they go up here to create superiority, to give solutions on the left and on the right, but then the number 10 will drop down to find a position that can be centrally, that can be on the left, that can be on the right. So important to pay attention to that number 10. Then we continue. The number 6 will drop down to ask the ball from the goalkeeper. But while they are doing that, look at the number 10 and the number 2 that are also moving in building. You see that number 6 is asking here what the number 10 that is fundamental at Bologna, the Bologna of Italiano. So the number 10, we said it a bit earlier, is Odgaard. So pay attention to the movements of Odgaard. If you can block Odgaard, that will be beautiful. He will be, you know, that guy that looks for the position everywhere. From that moment on, when they find that build-up strategy, so the fullbacks super high, here you have a movement of a support from your trequartista. You have the number 10 that is dropping down, forming a three-man. The ball is entering into game. They go and they have multiple solutions. A lot of time they can play with the number 2 or with the number 3. You do a mirror effect. When they play with the number 2, look at the movement that they have. And that's always what they do. They do it in two movements, two solutions. The first one, the ball goes to the wing, to the number 7, with the number 4 that is already running. You see? So that's one build-up, extremely wide, that they can do, of course, on the right side of the field, or you do a mirror effect. They can do exactly the same on the other side of the field. So playing wide with that movement. You see the number 4, that is actually the right back that is going up. But, of course, they have also another solution. So we go back with the ball here. The other solution is to go with that number 10. How many times did I tell you that that number 10 is extremely crucial in the game of Italiano? Not only in finding position, but also in unmarking himself, receiving the ball, and then playing directly. Bologna is not a team that goes too much with ball possession, with a lot of passes. No, if they find a space with unmarking themselves, freeing up themselves, and they are able to find that number 10, pay attention, because that number 10 is able to go here with low balls that are extremely vertical, or changing side, or actually managing the game. So pay attention to that. Then you will tell me, Beppe, this is the build-up phase. But what when they are attacking? Look at that. And that's something that for the people that are watched also Fiorentina, the last few seasons of Italiano, you will remember one of the things that they are doing. They go, all of them, up with the ball. So it's a team of Italiano that is playing extremely high. They love to play with 11 men, or they try to be with 11 men in the opposition half. You see, the 3 strikers here, they start with a 4-2-3-1, but that becomes a 3-man here with the 2 defenders here. And look at even the fullbacks here. One of them that is going higher than the other, with 3 actually that are here, putting a 5-man to block everything, but really compact. What are the consequences of it? That they are playing super high. And that's what they do to actually put a lot of pressure. From the moment that they are putting a lot of pressure, you see that now we will go up, ball to Juve, So that ball here goes in Juve players. And you see how fast from that really offensive pressing, they go and they organize themselves in a 4-4-2. Let the Juve players come into the field. Up, you see? The Juve players, the two center backs, what will happen here with Locatelli? You remember when I told you Juventus will probably play that 4-1-4-1. Why? Because Locatelli here will be immediately man-marked. Because Bologna, Italiano Bologna, they love to go on one-on-one man-marking. So you see, up, if we go wide, the number 10, the number 9, they will follow Kalulu and Gatti. Locatelli will drop down to attract the number 8 because that's what they do. They put a lot of pressure on our players. They go and they love to man mark one-on-one, even if that means losing position. So you can already see it. Here they are leaving a space for other Juve players. And that's where Fagioli or Koopmeiners will be extremely important. You see up that space? They will be extremely important. Of course, you're attracting here. Up the number 3. Because I just told you they love to stay high. They don't want to go back. They love to stay high. So instead of a player that is taking that position, it will be the defender that is going up here on Koopmeiners or maybe Fagioli. Of course, by consequence, they are leaving that position. And that's where Juventus will be will need to be extremely strong in here in filling up that space. It can be by a Conceição, it can be by the other midfielder is entering here. That's actually the 3 phases. 1, how is Bologna building from the back and where we need to pay attention. 2, how they're actually loving to take the field. They're up. 2, they love to be high. 3, when they are high, how are they pressing? Man on man. But that high pressing on one-on-one is creating actually spaces. And that's why probably today when we are looking at that 4-1-4-1, Fagioli, Koopmeiners is not a mystery. Because with Thuram, Locatelli, we have the tendency to stay in a 4-2. With Fagioli, we can stay with a 4-1-4-1, with Fagioli up and Koopmeiners up, with Locatelli dropping down, as you can see here. That number 6 is here, Locatelli. That number 8 can be or Koopmeiners or Fagioli. That's a bit the tactical part of today's game. Pay attention. If we are able to find the spaces that they will leave, we can be really fast in counter-attack. And that's why I'm not surprised to have a Timo Weah. A Timo Weah and a Conceição, what is their skill? They are fast. They are fast in attacking these voids, these spaces. Yeah, of course I'm doing a watch-along. That's why I will close in 5 minutes. And then we are back at maybe 15 minutes before the game because I already explained a lot today. Yeah? So 5:45, maybe a bit earlier. Let's see. Is there something else that I wanted to speak about? Another weakness of Juve, of course, is scoring. But don't count too much and only about Dusan Vlahovic. Everyone needs to score and then winning our duels with headers. That's a huge, big weakness that Juventus have at the moment. That can maybe be compensated in the winter mercato up front with a player like Fulkrug. I'm just launching it there. Today they were speaking about Fulkrug. Fulkrug, you know it, how much I adore Fulkrug. I love him. Voila. We stay 5 more minutes, guys. Your comments, and then we close. Dai, commenting. See here, people are pissed off with FIFA. You don't know who's Fulkrug? Go on internet. Top player. Flying Tracker. Still hoping Fagioli will show the management to keep him. But I already told you. But maybe you were not there. I don't believe that the game of Bologna, that he can score even 5 goals and winning 5-0 with 5 goals of Fagioli or not, that will change the destiny of Fagioli. Fagioli, already, they know him since he's a kid. He already spoke with management and they already took a decision about Fagioli. Bad game or a good game today will not change the destiny of Fagioli. Beppe, do you have some signature jersey? You know that I'm preparing a short about the signature items that I have. But yes, I have a jersey that are signed. The last one that I have signed from a player is this one. This one. Signed by a player that worn it. It's not a worn shirt, so the shirt I bought it vintage. It's a real shirt, not a fake one, of course. It's a real shirt, but it was a vintage one. But then I had the pleasure to spend 2 days with Torricelli, to interview him, to speak with him, to have dinner with him, to have breakfast with him. And then I asked for a beautiful signature. Let's see if you can see it or not. Wait. Bravo. A Giuseppe con affetto, Moreno, Torricelli, numero 3. To Giuseppe with love, with affection, love. Another one is this one, for example, that I love as well, a lot. Pour mon ami, for my friend Beppe con affetto, Adrien Rabiot 25. And I love them because, you know, it's not an item that has been... I have other signed shirt. I have a shirt with McKennie, De Ligt, Dybala, signature of Dybala. I have a ball with some signature. Yeah, that's the one of Cristiano Ronaldo, for example. Now I'm going crazy with signatures of books. I love to have books that are signed. For example, this one from Gianluca Vialli. Unfortunately, Gianluca Vialli, we know it, passed away. But while reading his book, I found a page where he was speaking about Sergio Brio here. Oh, you can see it. He was speaking about Sergio Brio. I'm looking at the name of... you see it on that line? Sergio Brio. So I had the opportunity to meet Sergio Brio that won the Champions League with Juve in '85, and I asked him to sign on that page with his real signature. But why these two shirts? I love them particularly, or the books or so. It's because they have been signed in person for me. You know, it's really personal. It's not like you have an item that has been signed by the team. They send it to you, which is always beautiful. And it's fantastic. But they're, you know, it's even for you. They are looking you in the eyes, so it's beautiful. Anyway. That was the question. You have a lot of influence of Italiano, Daniele. You have a lot of influence of Italiano. I see a lot of Fiorentina there as well. You see a bit, of course, of some things that they had last year because the players from one season to another, they keep some movements, but I see also a lot of Italiano, real Italiano tactics. Yeah. I agree, Carlo. I agree. Bravo, ragazzi. We meet each other. I will prepare now the watch along for later. Grazie and forza Juve. Wait. 128 likes. 34,802. We are not there, you guys. We are not there. We are not there. We are not there. We are not there. Non ci siamo. Non ci siamo. Non ci siamo. If you want to send me to you know, instead of creating a GoFundMe, if you want to send me to USA for the World Cup, you see, bastardi. If you want to send me to USA for the Club World Cup, that's the only thing that you need to do. Subscribing, making numbers, not to GoFundMe, numbers. And then a sponsor will send me. Depends on you. Ci vediamo dopo. We see each other later. Grazie, forza Juve. Ciao.